let's start with the meeting, because I think those things are always very interesting. When you meet with a team and they kind of give you their pitch. Describe how that kind of went down in Atlanta.
Yeah, I've had meetings with teams before. This one was probably by far the best that I've ever had. You know, it wasn't about trying to sell, you know, the team or anything. It was about comfort level, and getting to know those guys and them getting to know me. I think that was the biggest selling point that they could have.
Yeah, so they came in. It didn't take an elaborate pitch or anything like that. They just came in and were kind of themselves.
Right. It wasn't a lot of paperwork. It wasn't, you know, X's and O's. You know, it was more comfort feel, and I felt like we bonded really well. And I think that was the biggest part of why I came.
How long did it take for you to come to the decision, hey, Denver was the place?
Well, I knew right after after dinner. You know, I didn't tell anybody. The next day, I told my agent, you know, let's go ahead and do it, and got it done.
Yeah, so it was just a very easy decision for you.
No question.
Yeah.
No question.
This is a team that's kind of been after you for a few years now, and when you have a team like that you know has wanted you for a little while, how much does that factor into your decision making as well?
It helps a lot. You know, I think when I was with the Utah Jazz, I know I've heard that they were trying to trade for me and try to get me through free agency. And knowing all that in the back of my head, you know, kind of helped the whole situation out. Yeah.
Now, this is a situation near and dear to my heart because I am from Montbello, and you spent part of your childhood there. Just kind of talk about just growing up in basketball. And you played football for the longest time, right?
Yep.
How good a football player were you?
Let me tell you, I was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, but football was my passion. You know, when I was here, until I moved to Louisiana, where my family was all basketball oriented, and I switched over to basketball, and it's a great decision. You know, but you know, I still love football. But I think I made a good decision.
So I heard an interesting analysis. I think I was watching NBA TV or something like that, and one of the guys said, you know, Paul Millsap coming to the Nuggets, this configuration of the Nuggets is very similar to when you arrived in Atlanta, a team that was kind of up and coming, growing at the time. Do you see it that way as well? I mean, is that something you agree?
I do. You know, and I think that, especially with the younger guys that we have now in Denver, the growth, you know, is unbelievable. You know, the sky is the limit. I think this team can be a lot better than that team. You know, that was a 60-win team. So I'm coming in this thing, you know, with high hopes. Knowing and understanding what the situation is and knowing that we can be that team.
Last thing is, how excited are you to kind of get this thing going?
I've been teasing and blushing ever since I've made the decision, man. It's been amazing. My family's excited about it, and I'm excited about it. It felt like it's supposed to be, you know, with everything that we've been through, living here and going back to Louisiana and then traveling around in the NBA. To come back here, man, it's a satisfying feeling. I want to help this community as much as possible, and I want to help this organization as much as possible. So it feels real to me, for sure.
Paul Millsap, newest Denver Nugget. Thanks. You very much.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.